What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Box Clinic and more. As promised, we back with the Kiram and Matthysse break down the prediction. If you guys want a prediction for the Jorge Linares fight, comment. I do one for that and him and Gusta, Filipino guy. But we back. Don't forget, this will be turned to a podcast version. Give me a couple minutes after it's downloaded and click the podcast link and all the podcasts I've done so far for each breakdown prediction video, post-fight reaction, each live stream show I've done with the Brother Zone, which I might get into a live stream show tonight. Talking about a review of Matthysse, and I'm going to talk about a review of Peterson and Errol Spence, some more boxing hot topics. But here we go. You know, I know a lot of you guys want to know about Kiram. He's number one WBA for the welterweight regular title. Matthysse is number 3 for the regular WBA regular world title. And what happened was Lamont Peterson beat David Navarijian for that regular WBA title. And Peterson, gave up that title to fight Errol Spence last Saturday night. And now these guys fighting for a vacant regular WBA title. Now, Keith Thurman is the super champion. The regular WBA title, I don't consider that a real world title. It's basically like an interim WBC Diamond type of intercontinental-ish type title. But, if Matthysse wants to clap his hands and be called a world champion, or Kiram for being a regular WBA champion, so be it. Matthysse passed up opportunity to be an IBF champion, to stay ranked for the be mandatory for Danny Garcia versus Peterson. He passed up that opportunity for Peterson at a catchweight. But Kiram, I don't know how to pronounce the Filipino guy's name, because all the footage I seen of him was in, obviously it was in his native language. And, he's a solid fighter. And I can't get any height and length info on him, but he looks pretty big for a welterweight. And that could be an issue for Matthysse. Strength-wise, he got good power, solid power, I say. Nothing that shows explosiveness, but he kind of mirrors what Lucas Matthysse does. A good 1-2 guy that tries to mix in a left hook, and that's basically what he is. He got a decent jab. He keeps jabbing and jabbing and jabbing. He sneaks the right hand behind the jab. He's orthodox, and he mix in a right or left hook with it as well. So he punch-wise, stylistic-wise, with his punch output and the punches that he loved to throw, from what I've seen, he mirrors Lucas Matthysse a lot, in my opinion. He seems to be had good balance. He's not super fast, twitchy fast. He don't have no massive explosive power, but he looks big for a welterweight. He looks physically big, and I think that's going to be a issue. So he's big for a welterweight. That's his strength. He has a solid jab. He keeps jabbing when he's in doubt, or he's not in doubt. He's a good jabber. He has solid power. It looks like he has good height and reach for a welterweight as well. He's a good, solid athlete. He don't have any fast hands, but he's very fluid. And how he throws his combination, and he brings his hands back home for the most part that I've seen on film. There's not a lot of film on him. But Matthysse, we know what he brings to the table. He fought at 147 once, I believe, versus Emmanuel Taylor, former 140-pounder. So this is a step up in size competition for Matthysse. This is the first big welterweight that he's fought. If Kiram looks how he looks on TV, matches up with the specs, because there's no specs on his height and length, but he looks very, very physically big. And Matthysse, like I say, same thing. Solid jab, 1-2 type guy. Seek and destroy type guy. Come forward. Don't do too good on the back foot. I don't know about Kiram. I didn't see a lot of footage of him on the back foot. He always on the front foot coming forward, and it's gonna be an amazing matchup. But we know Matthysse brings a lot of power. I think he's still probably physically being a smaller guy. He got better explosive power, and bigger power than Kiram in this fight, and I believe. Speed is very comparable. Experience, that's in Mathisse's favor. He's fought the better competition. Maybe not at 147, but overall, he's more proven. Talking about weaknesses, Kiram, his resume is shitty doo-doo, shitty boo-boo. His 2 fights ago, he fought a guy that was making his debut. This guy got like 38 fights with 28 knockouts and 0 losses and no contests and 0 draws. But his resume is piss poor. 3 fights ago, he fought a guy making his debut in the boxing. Let that sink in. This guy's he's 25 years old, but still, that's not a good look. He moves his head a bit too. I got to say that. He does, move his head somewhat. He not just a guy that's just going to take punch me. I've seen him move his head a few times on film. But basically the inexperience on this guy, man, and, the resume, versus top competition. Is he getting top sparring over there in the Philippines as well? And basically that's really it, because I haven't seen him versus top competition, know really where the hose is. He's not piss poor on defense. You know, he has some ability to move his head, you know. So it's just an unknown factor with this guy. You know, can he take a punch? That's another one. It's more unknowns than weaknesses in this guy's game. But he seems to be a pretty well-schooled fighter. We know Matthysse might be a little bit small physically for 147. I think he's going to physically be the weaker guy in this fight. He might be at a physical disadvantage. I think Kiram is taller and longer and going to rehydrate bigger than him. Also, you know, a lot of wear and tear on Matthysse's body. Matthysse doesn't have a plan B. He just want to seek and destroy. So if he's able to be pushed back and pushed to do a plan B, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing until he knocked out or it works for him. So pretty much that's it. How I can see this fight going. I mean, keys to victory real quick. Kiram, survive early. Pressure Matthysse, because that's what he do. But keep it smart. Keep moving the head. Know he coming with the 1-2 and trying to mix the left hook in there with it. Just similar to your style. And keep that jab working on Matthysse and try to push Matthysse on the back foot and try to make him be defensive and keep him thinking. Put doubt in his mind early. Basically start a fast fight. Keep that jab on him. Push him back. Mix the 1-2 in and kind of sneak the 1-2 and bring the left hook in like Matthysse does. And put it on Matthysse early. You know, make that doubt, because this dude he's mentally weak after all the wars he's been with and all that. And he really ain't had a solid comeback fight. Emmanuel Taylor ain't a solid comeback fight. And he has some scar tissue and some eye injury. So definitely start off fast and establish your jab and put this guy on the back foot. Matthysse, same thing. Start out fast. You know, let this guy know he ain't on his level. Test his chin. 1-2, mix the left hook in there. He will move his head a little bit. So I think Matthysse is going to mix in the right uppercut a little bit. His guy is taller, but he will come in and give up his reach. But he likes to establish that distance in Kiram. So I think Matthysse, some body work for Matthysse, for a guy that hasn't been, 12 strong rounds as well. I think he needs to throw to the body. I think this guy might have a good chin. So throw to the body, mix the left hook to the body, left hook to the head, right hook, right hand, 1-2, mix in the left hook. I think that's good for Matthysse right there. I like Matthysse stopping this guy in the 11th round. But there's an asterisk on this, man. I haven't seen a lot of film of this guy. It's not a lot of film versus top opposition. I'm just going to believe that Matthysse is the better pedigree fighter and just going to knock this guy out in the 11th round, in my opinion. But it's the Boxing Clinic. We gone.